Saranath. After spending 7 weeks at the 7 places in Bodh Gaya, the Buddha was undecided about teaching the Dharma that he had discovered to others. Brahma god Sahampati, on reading his thoughts, implored him to teach, otherwise the world would be lost without the Dharma. Out of compassion, and having found out that his former teachers had passed away, he then decided to go to Saranath to preach the Dharma to his former companions, the 5 ascetics, who had abandoned him when he gave up the path of self-mortification and adopted the middle path, or the noble eightfold path. Travelling on foot, the Buddha arrived at Deer Park at Tisapatana in Sarnath on the full moon day of Asala. When the 5 ascetics saw him, they were sceptical that he had realized enlightenment, but the Buddha was able to convince them of his attainment. That night the Buddha delivered the historic first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, or Discourse on Turning of the Wheel of Dharma. This led to Venerable Kondana attaining first stage of sainthood at the end of the discourse. The remaining 4, Venerable Vappa, Bhadya, Mahanama and Asaji, attained first stage sainthood successively over the next 4 days. The next day the Buddha preached the Anattalakkhana Sutta, or Discourse on Non-Self, hearing which all attained arahantship. In the foreground is a Dhammarajika stupa, built by King Asoka. It is believed that this is the site where the first sermon was delivered. Today only the base remains. Let us circumambulate this holy site. It is said that it was pulled down by Jagat Singh, mayor of Benares, who looted its bricks for building houses. Here we come across the ruins of the Mulaganda Kuti, or main shrine, believed to be the site of the first kuti, or dwelling, used by the Buddha. According to the Dhammapada commentary, the rich man by the name of Nandya donated the dwelling to the Buddha. Fragments of the original 15-metre high Asoka pillar is seen here. It contains an edict in Brahmi letters warning the monks and nuns against creating schism in the Sangha. The pillar also records the visit of Asoka to Sarnath. The year of his visit is said to be around mid-3rd century BC. It is interesting to note that at one time the Asoka pillar of Sarnath stood over 15 metres in height. Its capital, with the 4 lions back to back, that has been adopted as the official emblem of modern India, can be seen in the museum at Sarnath. Dhamek Stupa, at 44 metres tall by 29 metres diameter, is the most impressive structure in Sarnath. It was first built by King Asoka, and during the Gupta period, the lower portion was encased in stone with beautiful carvings. The stupa is believed to mark the site where Buddha preached the second sermon, the Discourse on Non-Self, or Anatta. Devoted Buddhists circumambulating the stupa can be seen in the background. This is Panchayatana, or 5-base shrine. It is believed to be the site where the Buddha converted the rich man Yasa. When his 54 friends learnt about his conversion, they too joined the Sangha and became arahants within a short time. These were the first 60 arahant disciples of the Buddha, who formed the original Bhikkhu Sangha. These events occurred during the first rainy season, or Vasa. After the rains had subsided, the Buddha instructed his 60 disciples to go and disseminate the teaching, no 2 disciples going by the same road. Sarnath became famous because of the following events: the first sermon or discourse on turning the wheel of Dharma to the 5 disciples, the second sermon or discourse on Anatta to the 5 disciples, founding of the Bhikkhu Sangha, and the first step in spreading the Dharma. Further to the east is the new Mulagandhakuti Vihara. It was built by the Mahabodhi Society of India through the untiring efforts of its founder, Anagarika Dharmapala, who turned Saranath to a living shrine. Inside the Vihara is a Buddha statue in preaching posture. Below its marble pedestal is an underground chamber where Buddha relics, discovered in Taxila by Sir John Marshall in 1913, is kept. The temple houses some of the most interesting mural paintings depicting the story of Buddha's life. Every day, in the evening, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta is recited by the resident bhikkhus of the temple. The devotion and gratitude to the Buddha for expounding the Dharma to the beings of the three worlds is multiplied a millionfold when one listens to a chanting by a bhikkhu at Mahapola Bhikkhu Training Institute in Sri Lanka. Let us listen for a while to this pleasant chanting.
Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Evaṁ me sutaṁ ekaṁ samayaṁ bhagavā Varanasiyam viharati isipatane nigadaye tatra ko bhagava panchavaggiye bhikkhu amante Dveme bhikkhave antapavajitena nasevitabba yuchayam kamesu kamasukhallikanu yogo hino gammo Chaniko Anariyo Anatta Sanghito Yochayam Atta Kilamatanu Yogo Dukho Anariyo Anatta Sanghito Te bhikkhave ubho ante anupagamma majjhima patipada tathagatena abhisambuddha.
Anagarika Dharmapala. Born to a devout Buddhist family in 1864, David Heva Vitarana changed his name to Anagarika Dharmapala and became the leading light of the Buddhist Renaissance movement in Sri Lanka. After inspiring work in Sri Lanka, he moved to India. Following the Theosophical Society Convention of 1890 in Adyar, South India, Dharmapala travelled to Japan on behalf of the society and returned to India, where he was to find Bodh Gaya, the site of the Buddha's enlightenment, in a state of ruin. Resolved to restore Bodh Gaya to its former status as a Buddhist holy site, Dharmapala began an international campaign that was to last until his death in 1933 as a fully ordained monk.